Welcome back
I'm
to
about to
another
quit.
episode of Tough Man of Faith.
I'm about to quit.
I
This
don't
is
like
out of control in here.
You know,
Here's what's
it's
happening.
been an interesting day, hasn't it?
No, not day. So,
Week.
yeah, we're
Yeah.
supposed to record yesterday.
Yeah.
And then the producer, car breaks down again.
So here's what he does, right? He takes a laptop with him, so we have to wait on him.
You don't know how to use a laptop even if you left it.
I'll figure it out. It
No.
can't be that hard. No. He just stands over there, he just coughs, drinks his water,
And yells at us.
and yells at us. It can't be that hard to do his job.
Trying to get started. And then today, we rescheduled for today. I
guess.
send you a text. You don't even respond to my text. After
Dude,
you were
I didn't
being
even see
mean
it.
to producer Blake yesterday.
I was in a meeting with my my office lady. We were doing
Oh.
not very important stuff, but
Okay.
anyway,
Then I call you up on the phone.
yeah,
You act like you're sleeping.
right, yeah, because
It's like, where you
I was
at?
doing office work,
You get over here.
Yeah.
All right. So,
and then it takes 45 minutes to get started. So
but yeah.
um,
Okay.
it's okay.
A lot of
fun.
laughing though today. So
Yeah.
or has been. I don't.
It's been a great week.
Good.
Yeah, it's only Tuesday.
Well, it's
Anyway.
Thursday morning when it goes out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it'd be fun. It's only Thursday.
All right. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to talk about some random thoughts today, like
Yeah.
some stuff that's come up in past or people's asked about.
Dude, I got something random for you.
Okay, go ahead.
My brother had a baby this week. My brother's wife had a baby this week.
Yeah.
So I got a new nephew, which is cool.
That is cool.
Yep.
Have
He's-
you seen him yet? Or
No, I'm going to go meet him tomorrow.
All right.
I already got him a Nerf gun
Okay.
and a
Yeah,
crossbow, and
perfect. Okay.
I want to get him some other random stuff. But Power
Yeah.
Wheel's on its way. Like, I'm super excited
Yeah,
to have a nephew.
yeah.
So,
It sounds like you're going to be a great uncle.
oh
too.
yeah, can't wait.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Was that where you're going to something?
yeah, no,
random?
that's just all I got. Like,
Oh.
It's just super exciting news
Yeah.
that I got a nephew now. Like, I got two nieces, or I don't know even how many, 4, 5, 6 nieces, but
Yeah.
a nephew. That's where it's at. We're gonna spend some time together.
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
good.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it's spring's coming. It's around the corner.
It is.
And I was gonna treat myself to new golf clubs this year.
Yeah.
And I realized I'm not a good enough golfer for new golf clubs.
I'd agree with that.
Yep. So I lengthened my golf clubs this week.
You think that's going to make you a better golfer?
I don't know, but the guy I got my clubs from, he was like 5'9", 5'10",
Yeah.
and I'm 6'3"
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that golf clubs that are extra inch or two longer make me look less awkward when I'm playing,
Maybe.
less hunched over. So we'll see.
All right.
All right.
So you're having a good week.
I'm having a great week.
Longer
Yeah.
golf clubs. You got a new nephew.
Got a nephew. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
here's some things. We just wrote down some things, or I guess I wrote down some things. That's
Yeah.
come
Right.
up from past episodes, or people's asked us about.
Okay.
All right. One is like balancing work and life.
Okay. Why did I'm glad they asked you.
No. No, I'm not the expert on that.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
either.
what's helped you in balancing work and life?
I mean, honestly, my wife helps me with that.
Okay.
She notices when I start spending too much time one way or the other, in work or in life, and she kind of helps to even me out.
I've noticed that's one of the things that helps me is people around me.
Yeah.
So my wife or friends
Yeah.
or coworkers.
Yep, I think
Yeah.
I've done that to you a few times. But like, hey, RT, I think you need a break.
Yeah.
You know.
It's usually probably when I'm getting really short and grumpy with people.
Yeah,
Right?
that's usually. Yeah, it's either he needs coffee or he needs a break. So
or both.
Yeah.
But I think it's a tough one for guys, especially that it's like you're a small business owner.
Yeah.
And it's just you're never off duty.
Yeah, right. So you can't ever turn it off.
Yeah.
Like even on vacation or at night, long after everybody's went home, you still don't really turn it off. You just, and that's the thing. Like my wife even says too. She says, Sunday at 2:00 you change. She's like Friday at 3:30, 4:00 you change, and you're like my husband again,
Yeah.
and you're that way until Sunday at 2:00. And she's like, and then you go back into work mode again. So I think that's a tough one. I've tried to control that a little better, but
Yeah. I think you got to find ways to set boundaries.
yeah, I think so.
I was talking to a guy this week and he's like an aide for a general.
Okay.
So generals have aides.
Yeah.
that-
Hold on. I don't think you can say it like that.
Not okay.
Generals have assistants.
Well, they call him the general's aide. So
Can't say generals have aides.
he spent some time as one, and he was telling me about he worked for a 2-star general. So
Okay.
you're a pretty busy guy when you're
Yeah.
a 2-star general.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And
So
so
I'm sure
he,
your aide is busy as well.
yeah, everyone around you is.
Yeah.
But he had 2 phones that he always had. He had his personal one, then his work one.
Okay.
On Saturdays, him and his wife would go out every Saturday night
Yeah.
for the evening. So I think around Saturday afternoon, she would take both his phones.
Okay.
And then the only people that could get a hold of him was the general's aide, so his assistant,
Yeah.
and then his chief of staff.
Okay.
And they had his wife's cell phone number.
Gotcha.
And so they knew, like, if emergency comes up, because
Right.
it could,
Oh, yeah.
they had to get a hold of her and then she could be the one to decide to tell him. But no one else had access to him. And I thought, man, that's just a cool boundary
It is.
that he said. And, you know,
Kind of wish my wife would set one like that for me.
well, at first I thought, I'm no general, right? So
Right.
I'm not that busy. But then I thought that could be.
It could be any of us. I
It
mean,
could be,
really, you know, and maybe we need, you know, stronger wives to kind of help set those boundaries for us.
Yeah, I think wives or people around you, right? I
Yeah.
think that's what helps me the most is having people around to help me with that.
Yeah.
Also, I think looking back at your calendar, if you keep track of your time.
Yeah.
Which do you keep track of your time?
I don't.
Okay.
No, I should.
Yeah.
Um,
I keep track of mine just because I think our work's different, so I have to
Yeah.
operate off a calendar and
Right.
meetings and stuff.
Okay.
And so I can look back on the week and say, I was probably too busy this week.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I do plenty of that.
yeah.
I look back and see that I was too busy or not busy enough as well. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the opposite does happen occasionally.
All right, you ready to move on to something else?
Yeah, I guess so.
What about handling criticism?
Well, I don't do that well.
You don't?
No. Nope, not very good at it. I past episode you said bite your tongue till it bleeds.
Right.
And I did that today. I had somebody criticizing me and the quality of our work, and I almost flew off the handle and went off the deep end, and I was like, not today. I just kind of sat there and took it on the chin.
Yeah.
I think he was waiting on me to fly off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
Because he kind of just gave me this odd look after he really lit into me about something that I couldn't control. Yeah, he just stood there looking at me, and I just stood there looking at him, and I just didn't have anything to say. So
Right.
I think I'm maturing.
You're growing.
I'm growing.
I mean, that's all you can ask for. Right?
Right.
You're getting better. I think with criticism, it depends on who it is.
Yeah, for sure.
Like if you come to me and say, hey, man, you need to work on your work-life balance.
Right. You're just gonna laugh and
I'm going to
go
laugh.
about your life.
But I'm probably going to listen. If you're criticizing me for something, I'm at least going to consider it.
Yeah.
I may think you're wrong on it.
Right.
And I'll naturally get defensive at first.
Well, and then you kind of think about it too from a different point of view. If you can step back and look at it a little bit, maybe I'm not somebody that criticizes you often,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, I'm not like the guy that cries wolf. So if I do say something, maybe it's worth paying a little bit of attention to.
Yeah, for me, for the most part, I take the stance that if you never encourage me, I'm
Yeah.
not going to listen to your criticism.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Because
Yeah.
then I know you really care about me.
Right.
Now, I will say on that, there are some people who are just constantly critical of
Yep.
me or things I'm doing.
Yep.
I can step back and take a look and see, is there something to learn here?
Yeah.
I don't take it to heart, right?
Okay.
So if you're
That's
always
awesome.
negative, I'm not going to listen.
Yeah. Isn't there a saying about that?
Probably. I'm not smart enough to know a lot
Okay.
of
Yeah, me
sayings.
neither. I know I've heard it. That's it. So.
Hey, you were in a meeting with me this week.
Yep.
With a board, like a board meeting we
Yeah.
were in. And I mentioned that I was talking to this person, but I just don't have a very high IQ. Yeah, no,
Huh?
you know where I'm going. I said, I don't have a very high IQ, so I was having trouble understanding. You're like, and the entire board started agreeing with that.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I thought you'd come to my defense or something on that.
I was. So I think you say you don't have a high IQ, but I think you're just slow to speak.
Oh, okay. Is that what
Because
it is?
you don't want us all to know that you're an idiot.
That's what the Bible says.
Yeah, if you're slow to open your mouth.
If the fool, yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you don't speak, no one knows that you're even a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
You're wise when
So,
you don't speak. So,
I thought that's
okay.
what you were doing in the meeting, and I wasn't just going to take up for you and start speaking because then people would think I'm an idiot. Anyway,
And since we hang out together, the Bible talks about hanging out with fools,
Right,
right?
yeah.
So,
you don't need two idiots together.
yeah.
But yeah, no. So the person that was criticizing me today criticizes me all the time,
Mhm.
and he's criticized about me to other people that matter. So normally I would have given him a piece of my mind, and today I just decided it just wasn't worth my time and energy.
Yeah. How do you? This leads kind of to another one.
Yeah.
Dealing with difficult people. No, wait. Dealing with
Wait, we're still talking about the same thing?
dealing with people you don't like. How about that? Are there people you just don't like?
Yeah, there is. There's people I don't like professionally, and then just normal day-to-day life. And
Yeah.
generally, I just don't deal with them. I just don't talk to them.
Mhm.
I'm pretty good at that. I can walk right past people, look them in the eyes, and not say
Yeah.
a word. But what about you?
Well-
so I bet you have to deal with people that you don't like a lot in your profession.
I don't know if don't like's the right term. There's certain people you don't connect well with.
Oh yeah,
Like I
get
think
that.
there's sometimes like certain personalities maybe you just don't
There's got to be people that you just don't like. Too.
you don't link with very well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think once I get to heaven, like there's some Christians that I don't really
Right.
connect well with here. Like we just have different personalities.
Yeah, I get that.
But I'll spend eternity with them and things be great there when there's no more sin.
You might not have to. You just go to the other side of heaven. You don't have to spend time with them.
I don't think that's how it's going to work. But yeah, the Bible talks about, I think it's Acts 15, where Paul and Barnabas, two guys in the Bible, right? And they're both staples in the church, like pillars in the church. They're doing great things, but they have a disagreement. They can't get along.
Okay.
What I love about what Acts 15 says there, it's like they met together in a room and they came to the agreement that nope, we're not going to agree on this.
Yeah.
And then they left there and they went separate ways, and the Bible says they went and encouraged churches as they went.
Okay.
So I find that I don't think that's ideal. We shouldn't shoot for that. We should try to reconcile. And I think they did. They sat down. They didn't agree on this.
Yeah. So they agreed to disagree.
And then they went their separate ways, but they kept doing God's work when they went.
Exactly. So they're still doing God's work in their own direction.
So you see that at churches, right? I mean,
yeah.
I met with a group of pastors last week, and we were just talking about like people leave churches, right? God brings people in.
Yep.
At times people leave, God moves them on, or sometimes they just, for whatever reason, they want to move on.
Yeah.
I think the best way for that to happen is, hey, we love you. You're brother or sister in Christ. Yeah. We're not seeing eye to eye on this.
And I think generally they set up a meeting or something with you, don't they? For the most part.
I think they should. I think that's the best case scenario, right? Is you guys meet, because that's what you see with Paul and Barnabas. They met together.
They tell you what they do and don't like, what you're doing wrong in their eyes, and the things that they're not willing to budge on, and you have to make a decision whether you're going to work with them for them, or if you're just going to keep doing what you feel is what God's leading you to do.
Yeah,
I think it's a normal thing.
I think so. Yeah, but I think where it kind of breaks down is if you're telling other people you don't like this person and why, then it leads into the gossip and envy and sin.
There's gossip and slander.
Right, but there could be this like personalities you don't get along with.
Yeah, for sure.
There's just different personalities.
Yep.
Yeah. So, all right. What about? So you're a drywaller.
I am.
Blake and I were just talking about this. A few minutes
Blake
ago.
asked me earlier.
What about when the nails like pop through?
Yeah,
drywall. So one, why does that happen?
So that comes from a few different issues.
Okay.
We're running into it a bunch right now, actually, especially coming out of winter. But where the lumber was wet when we hung the drywall, or it had still a high moisture content, and now that it's drying up, it kind of backs those screws out just a little bit, or nail heads, it'll kind of just pop them down just a little. And generally, it comes from moisture. Sometimes it just happens because it happens. But the best way to fix it is if it's a screw, take that screw out. Mm-hmm. And then put in a screw right next to where that last screw was, and then fill both those holes.
Okay.
And if it's a nail, usually we just hammer it in a little more, and then we will put another nail right next to it, and just cover over the thing again with a little drywall mud.
Okay. We're not supposed to call you because you said you're too busy.
We're really busy at the moment.
But remember, I said whoever shared it, I was originally like offering your drywall services to.
I do.
And you got real mad.
I didn't get mad. I just said, we'll send you a bumper sticker. Let's just be real here. I'm not coming to your house to do drywall work. I don't like doing it for my job. There's a work-life balance, and I have to make sure that I'm not, going over that balance. So yeah. No, there's plenty of good YouTube videos on if you want to learn to fix drywall. I watch them occasionally when I need a refresher.
On drywall?
No, I don't.
Do you use YouTube videos when you're fixing stuff?
Sometimes, yeah. Especially like stuff around the house, like appliances and things like that.
Yeah, I fixed the oven on Thanksgiving Day.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, what'd you do?
My mom's oven went out Thanksgiving Day.
Okay.
It was a disaster. She was all upset because, rightfully so. She's trying to cook the turkey and all this stuff.
Right.
I YouTube it.
Nice.
And figure out that the part I have on my oven will fit my mom's oven.
No way.
Because nothing's open.
So you went home
because I'm about 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
Took the part off my oven. Wouldn't put on her. And I'm not Mr. Handyman.
Right.
It worked.
That's why I'm sitting here laughing and saying, no way.
Oh. Yeah, and it worked. And I just watched several YouTube videos. Now, the issue came is that sometimes I'm not quick to do stuff at home like I should be around the house.
So you didn't put the part back on your oven for a while.
Well, I had to order a part for my oven. So it took a while.
So you gave your mom the used part and got a new part for yourself. Smart kid.
Well, both ovens were only about a year old, so it didn't make sense.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah. But I thought, when you said it would also fit your mom's oven, I was thinking maybe she had an older model. But no.
In fact, she had bought it the Thanksgiving before. She had issues with the oven. We got it working.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She's pretty hard on her ovens.
I like YouTube, and I use it a bunch for fixing things.
Yeah.
Like vehicles or mowers or, there's so many things.
We used it last week because we transplanted grapevines.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, we went over and borrowed. So we moved houses a couple of years ago, and the owners that bought the house requested that they keep the grapevines because, they're planted. Yeah. And it's not like you dig up trees when you move. So, it was the third year. So I really wanted the grapevines to go with me because third or fourth year, they should really start producing.
Yeah.
And I think they did, but I think the birds cleaned them out of all the grapes in one day. So. Anyway, they asked me to come take them down, and you and I went and
dug them up, and
we went over there, stole them. Basically, they weren't even home when we were there. They pulled in the driveway as we were pulling out. So
Well, this is how much I trust you.
great.
I talked to them before because we're both friends with them. And
Really?
I said, yeah.
You didn't.
Oh, no, I didn't trust
You
you.
thought we were stealing
No
them?
way I trusted you. I said, Nick asked me to come help him get these grapevines. I just want to
Ah.
make sure you guys know this is happening and are okay with it. That
Not
we're
like-
just not showing up
It's
there
not
today.
like we did it at night.
I didn't care.
Could you imagine if they woke up the next morning and there's no grapevines in their backyard?
No.
No.
What else do we have today?
I don't know. What else you got?
Raising daughters. That was the other
Oh,
one.
great. It should be good. I'll weigh in as much as I can here.
Okay. Advice for raising daughters.
Man, this is where you hope that you married a good, godly woman.
Yeah.
You know, that way the daughters have a good role model in their life.
I don't know. We could probably do a whole episode on this sometime,
Yeah, we probably could.
like on raising kids and
Yeah.
maybe because boys and girls are different, despite what society may
yeah.
tell you.
Right. Yeah.
Raising them's different, and
Oh, sure. I can imagine. And you have 3 daughters.
I have 3 daughters.
And a wife.
I was talking to a mom a couple weeks ago. She has all boys,
Okay.
and she was saying something like, "Hey, my boys are always like jumping off the couches as soon as we go someplace,
Yeah.
wrestling around with each other, acting like they have guns." I
Right.
was like, sounds perfectly normal to me. Like,
Your daughters do the same
no,
thing?
no, for boys. She was
Oh.
asking if that's normal for
Oh,
boys.
yeah, I
I
got
was
you.
like,
Yeah, that's normal. Yeah.
Anything I could pick up was either a sword or a gun.
Yeah,
growing
yeah,
up.
exactly. Yeah. I can't imagine raising daughters.
Daughters are different.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe not bad, just different.
When people ask for advice on that, like the number one thing I can tell them,
Yeah.
is if you're married to
Yeah.
their mom, or even if you're just married, I think the best thing you can do is they watch how you treat your wife,
Yeah, for sure.
and more than likely they're going to go find a husband like you.
Right.
So that's what drives me. Is I know my daughters are watching to see how a man's going to treat them is based off how I treat their mother.
Yeah.
So if I go home tonight and I'm yelling at my wife and upset or
Right.
constantly getting angry and how I treat her, they're going to think that's how men treat women.
Yep.
Or that's what they see.
Yeah, that's what they see.
So that drives me to be a better dad by being a better husband.
Yeah.
It's like the biggest thing.
Yeah. Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rachel says that to me a lot. She says, "Oh man, I married my father."
Yeah. Most
And, yeah.
most women do.
I think she always means it as a compliment.
Yeah,
So,
I'm sure she does.
Yep.
I think the other thing is like developing relationships early.
Yeah.
With for a father with a daughter, and it's not as easy sometimes because like my
Sure.
daughters, like they're all girl, like
Yeah,
especially
oh,
when they're
yeah.
younger, like they want to have tea parties and
I can see you doing that.
all
Playing
the
dolls
stuff.
and dress
yeah,
up and
dolls and dress
wearing
up,
makeup,
and-
got your nails done a bunch.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Seems
didn't do
legit.
the makeup and the nails, but
Really?
I commend the guys that do. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But we played a lot of baby dolls and
Yeah, I got you.
tea parties. And,
Yeah, a friend of mine, they have 2 daughters and a son, and we were over there for dinner like last summer, and I ended up getting my nails painted, and there was makeup put all over my head, which was
Yeah.
really weird because, you know, I don't wear makeup.
yeah, really,
Anyway, yeah.
because your eyelashes are really pretty. No, seriously.
I know,
We've talked
man.
about
Look,
this
I have an
before.
eye drop that makes my eyelashes grow, okay, and they are beautiful eyelashes, but I can't control it.
Oh, that's probably
Thank
something you
you.
didn't hear on the pod. Think you'd hear on the podcast.
Yeah,
then.
yeah, exactly. Nick has beautiful eyelashes.
The other thing I'm learning with, so I have teenage daughters.
Yeah.
So you know who comes around when you have teenage daughters?
Okay.
Boys.
Oh, yeah.
What you think?
I had no idea. There's
Boys
so
do.
many things.
You were once a teenage boy.
I was, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
So I'm learning on this, but
Well, here, I can tell you something to avoid. The boy
Let's
that
hear
comes up and shakes your hand and looks you in the eye when he does it is full of bad intentions. That's not the one to trust.
Well,
That's a scammer.
is he a scammer?
Yeah. That's just, yeah. I can tell you that from knowing people like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it could go either way.
Okay. Well, let's just say that they're a scammer
Yeah.
until they
you-
prove otherwise.
No, see that I agree with,
Okay.
no matter what.
Good.
Right? So
Yeah.
I've tried, like I'm trying to take a different approach on it, where
Okay.
like if they have a guy interested, I want to be his best friend.
Really?
Like I want him to talk to me. I'm gonna take him out to dinner.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
guess I
take him
get that.
shooting.
Yeah.
Like in a legit way.
Yeah.
Like not to.
My wife's
Yeah.
stepdad tried to do a bunch of that. Yeah, he wanted to do a one-on-one Bible study, and he wanted to go to dinner a bunch and lunches, and we go to the shooting range a bunch, and like we hung out a bunch.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, because my daughter's like, well, they're intimidated by you. I'm like, they're
Good.
all bigger than me. But so, I mean, and you guys in that same, we talked about earlier, that same board meeting, you guys called me fun size on Sunday.
That was different. We were talking about so okay. Let's just go back and talk about the story.
No, I was just letting you know.
No, it's okay. Let's go back. I have a German Shepherd who's what's the word I'm looking for? Obnoxious.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not mean. He's just obnoxious. Anyway, we're transplanting these grapes, and the dog comes running out of the house because that's what he does. My wife lets him out. He does this to me too. He will come like snarling, growling, barking all the way out to my van. Like when I get home from work, he'll get in the front seat as soon as I open my door and realize it's me, and then stop. Like I legitimately think he's going to eat me. And then he did it to you.
Oh, he was.
When we were moving the grapes.
He was ready to eat me.
Yeah, and so a friend of mine said that you look like a fun-sized snack to my dog.
You need new friends.
I know. I'll look for some.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's wrap this up.
Yeah.
We've talked about this some.
I like your advice though. They're raising daughters because especially when boys come around, like instead of ignoring the problem or hoping that you raised your daughters well enough to see the good and the positive things of a guy, you're going a step or two further, and you're going to become friends with the guy. I like that. I think it's a really good approach.
Yeah, I think so. And then if you have that good relationship with your daughter, if you don't have that, she's not going to start listening to you at 16 when she starts getting interested in boys or whatever age that is.
Yeah.
If you didn't develop that at 4. Right. So when she's 4 and 5 years old, you're having those tea parties. Yeah. That's going to pay off that when she's 16, 17, she knows that dad loves her and spend a lot of time with her.
Yeah.
And you can speak into that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
Yeah. So I don't.
Good way of thinking about it. I mean, I was just thinking about killing this kid for you already, but
I know. Well, the good thing is I have a lot of good friends.
Yeah, so. Yeah, exactly. You don't ever have to get your hands dirty. You just got to make a phone call. You will always have an alibi.
Well, now that's out there.
Yeah.
So today we've talked about balancing work and life. We've talked about handling criticism,
drywall repairs,
dealing with people you don't like, drywall repairs, and raising daughters. It's been a good day.
Yeah, not a bad day.
All right. Anything else?
Not for today.
All right. So share us on social media, right? Yeah. If you like the episode, share it with some other people.
Until we run out of bumper stickers, we'll mail you one.
We'll keep Nick will keep sending bumper stickers instead of making drywall repairs.
Right, yeah.
But once we run out of bumper stickers,
drywall repairs. Something new to give away.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Thanks for joining us today.
See you next time.